my channel. So let's try to make this thing sit properly. I think it's okay now. So guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, you're most welcome to this channel. My name is Sandra Kaguda, and here we talk about everything life, everything travel, and yeah, we have cruise ship content. And today guys, we're gonna give tips and tricks on how you can tackle your interview when you apply for a job on cruise ship. Applying for a job on cruise ship is not easy. It's not easy at all. It takes like a while. You take 2-3 months, applying and applying and applying, and finally you get a response, and you don't want to miss that chance. Like, you don't want to let it slip through your fingers. You just want to take it, right? So imagine after all the struggle, like waking up midnight, applying, the process is just too much. I know some people, they're just lucky, they apply and they get respond, but for some people like us, me, I used to wake up 3 a.m. applying, 2 a.m. researching. So imagine after all this, and then you finally get your interview date, and you only miss the job because of the interview, and you need to start afresh the whole process of applying again for like 6 months, for 3 months, for a year. That's so like heartbreaking. So yeah, today we're gonna like discuss how you can like pass your interview. Yeah, I have few people that I heard of that failed the interview, but yeah, most of the time, most people, they pass. But now, because of certain factors and certain things that are happening on board cruises, and now most cruises, they're in full operational, chances of people failing are high. And now that a lot of people are applying, especially in African countries, now a lot of people, they are applying. Like, I've seen Kenyans, they are applying, Namibians, they are applying, South African and Zimbabwean, these 4 countries, they ain't playing, they are applying. So that gives like a competition. Now there is stiff competition, so whenever you get a chance, you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. You just want to like, and you go. So yeah guys, so today we're gonna be talking about the interviews and the things that you are not allowed to do, the things that you are definitely allowed to do, that you have to do for you to pass the interviews. So for the first time guys, I bring my book with me. That is, the reason why I bring this is because we have there are general questions that normally everyone is going to be asked, like why you want to work on board a cruise ship, why do you think you're the right candidate for this cruise, and stuff like that. Those are general questions, and whether you are working in whatever department you want to work, they're just gonna ask you these questions. But then there are few questions that I'm just gonna like give answers, but now these questions, they are based on the department. That's why I brought this paper with me, because I cannot like take it, I cannot like, everything can fit in my head is too small for this. So yeah, I'm gonna be giving you a few answers about a saver. Like, I take the most applied jobs, like a saver, cleaning, culinary, and cabin host. Most of the time you can barely fail that one, as it is, there's less pressure. Most people, they don't do it because they're not exposed to it yet. So yeah, I didn't write anything about it, but yeah, for savers, utility, and culinary, and those like most jobs that you want to do with 0 experience, I've listed a few questions down that I'm just gonna answer for you, like how you can answer those questions. So yes guys, before we start with our interview process, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And guys, these are the just answers that I also research. Me, I love to research things, and some of these questions I've been asked them on my interview, and my friends, like, I ask them what their interviews were like, and I also write down what their interviews were like. Yeah, so you are most allowed to change it, to put, to add more, and as long as you know it's gonna make you stand out, then there is really nothing wrong. You can just add something to spice up your interview. So yeah guys, let's subscribe and get into the video. Okay, so guys, before we start, okay, not before we start because we already started. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do, let's say, yeah, they're gonna tell you in advance, okay, Sandra, on a certain day we're gonna arrange for an interview with you on certain time, and they will even remind you few hours or few minutes before your interview. That's the time you need to be ready. Get ready for an interview, just like you wake up, you're going for a interview on a certain one-on-one interview. That's the same that what you need to do when you are doing your Skype interview, because most of these interviews, yeah, it's gonna be Skype which company, but yeah, there was someone from the culinary department, someone from the agent, and the other guy who was there, I don't know, from the ship or whatever, or maybe from Apollo. So yeah, that really scares me, like I panic, but that was okay. I just try to breathe. So the first thing that you need to do is to breathe. Don't panic. Yeah, just face them and just accept the situation and the condition and act like you are okay. And the other thing that you need to do, make sure your phone, your laptop, or anything that you're going to use for an interview is fully charged. If you have plug, make sure it's plugged in. It's better you do your interview while it's plugged in. Plug it in and make sure it's fully charged, and you have like good Wi-Fi or network, so you won't have like when now it's your interview. So yeah, make sure your interview, your Wi-Fi is just good, or if you are using data, make sure you have enough data. You have enough data for the interview. And around my interview was 10 minutes, but I would tell people make sure you have data enough for 30 minutes, because you never know. Mine was just fast, but at some point I felt like I didn't make it. I was like no, that wasn't it. So it was just fast. So yeah, but it is okay. You can just make sure you have enough data for at least 30 minutes, and make sure there is the light. If you don't have lighting like me, make sure you sit in front of the window where there is enough light and it's not dark, and just make sure there is enough light so they can see your face. And the other thing that you need to do is to dress appropriately. Dress like you are going for an interview. Dress formal. Even if you are a chef, you know you're going to have a chef's jacket when you get on board. No, yeah, we all know you're gonna wear chef's jacket when you get on board, but you are still looking for a job. So yeah, put on nice shirt, nice blouses. If you're a man, try to put on a tie. Your hair, if it's wash your hair, tie it, or make sure your hair is clean. If you're a guy, if you want to shave your hair, make sure it's cleanly shaved and everything is just on point. Don't just wake up 5 minutes and you blah, 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 and you just go for an interview. Treat that interview as like you are on land, like you wake up, you get ready for an interview. That's what you need to do on that day. And make sure you can put on makeup, but don't put too much bright makeup. Too much, you want this, if you want to fly, yellow eyeshadow, the contour, the blush is blushing, and the lipstick is yellow. And no, just I would encourage if you put neutral makeup. I would encourage if you use neutral makeup, nude colors, something that will balance, something professional. Yeah, I didn't say go with no makeup. Yeah, if you are comfortable with it, that's okay, you can do without makeup. But yeah, makeup is good, but don't put too much makeup. No, too much makeup, no. Just make like nude colors that just make you look professional, just make you look beautiful. So please guys, make sure you are ready and you are looking professional. And the other thing, when you make your CV, I think I've mentioned it in my previous video. I know a lot of people, because they want to work on board a cruise ship, they add like, you want to spice your CV so your CV looks very nice, and you want to have more experience, and you want to everything, which is okay. That's very good. Your CV should be very good, and probably that's the reason why they pick you, because they loved your CV. And that means whatever you put in your CV is to attract the attention. But now you need to remember whatever you write on your CV, because most of the interview, they're all based on your CV. Half of the information that they're gonna ask you, you won't be surprised, they won't even ask you more than 5 questions about the job that you are applying for. They will be asking you about your CV. You worked in this restaurant from this year until this year, or until which year? My God, you don't even remember. So guys, make sure you know everything that you add to your CV. Make sure you know everything. If you had like certificate, know exactly the dates. You do your training, you finish your training, you get your certificate. The work experience, know each and every year you work on each and every restaurant or a hotel or any place that mentioned on your on references on a previous work. Make sure you know. Make sure if you had some reference that you ask someone to make for you, make sure you know the names of that is on that reference. So they're gonna ask you who was your manager or your supervisor in certain restaurant. Make sure on this restaurant my supervisor was this, and on this year and this year I was working on this place, and I left this place on this year. And you need to know. That's exactly what they're gonna ask you. They know we do those things, so they ask. Yeah, me, I also missed my one previous work. Yeah, and yeah, but I was lucky because I noticed fast. I changed quickly fast, and the guy was so shocked when I changed the year that I even know something was wrong. And yeah, so you need to know what's on your CV. You need to know everything. So now we're gonna start with the questions that they're gonna ask. So they normally ask you, why do you want to work on board a cruise ship? Yo, that question seems as the easiest question, but that's the most hard question. And if you don't pay attention to this question, you will fail your interview. So normally, guys, I know when you are applying for a job on cruise ship, that's like an opportunity for you to travel the world, to see the world, and to wake up in different countries, different cultures, which is something that is beautiful. But when you are doing your interview, that's not the answer. You are not getting hired so you can see the travel. See. So you don't see the world, not the travel. So they are looking for people to work on board a cruise, right? Not to travel the world. That's the big difference. That's just the benefits you get for working on board a cruise ship: traveling, seeing different countries, waking up in different countries. That's just benefit. But when they are asking you why you want to work on board a cruise ship, it's now a different story. This person is targeting the company growth. What you need to give to the company, what is the benefit the company is going to get from you, right? The company is not going to get anything from your travel, no, but they want to see what you can contribute to the company. So yeah, be very careful when you answer this question, why do you want to work on board a cruise ship? I suggest you answer. That's why it is very important to research about the job that you want to do before you start applying for it. And if you have a specific company that you wish to work for, you need to do proper research about that company. That will make it easy for you to answer most of the questions when you are doing your interview. Because now, for me, I work for Virgin Voyages, which is like an adult only cruise line. Yeah, that's my bill. I want to experience something with no kids. I love kids, yeah, but those are the things that it really shows them something. You've been doing your research about the company. You get the point? So it is very important you do your proper research before the interview. If you are going to do the interview for a company interview, you need to research about the company before your interview. If you are going with the agent, search about the cruise line, how they operate. That will give you the answers. And see the job descriptions. That will also again give you the answers, right? What you can contribute to the company's growth. If you really don't know, or you are stuck, you don't know how to answer this question, I suggest you answer the question as you need to talk about your growth in the fields that you are applying for. Like me in culinary, yes, I love to grow, and I believe like working on board a cruise ship, as it is like hospitality, big industry on board. The industry is just growing now. It gives me a room to grow and to experience new dinings, new kitchens, new recipes from around the world. That actually better than saying I want to travel. Who doesn't want to travel? So guys, be careful when you answer that question. That's very tricky question. That's why I started with this, which is, I think that's the major question that a lot of people are struggling with, and a lot of people, they find it very difficult to answer. And after the interview, you are smiling, you think, okay, I got that, and boom, 3 days later they just send you like, oh, we're sorry, Sandra, you are not qualified. They never say you fail. You don't have the qualification that we are looking for. Then you missed the interview. The other question is, why do you think you are the good candidate for this position? That actually is already telling you that there's a lot of people applying for this position, right? So you need to bomb. You need to give like a strong answer why you think you are a good candidate. I would suggest you need to come up with an answer that has something to do with a situation where you handle it, especially when you are a saver. I think you should come up with a situation where you had like a very difficult customer and you managed to deal with that customer. Or if you are a cook in culinary department, I think you need to come up with a plan of how you all of a sudden change a recipe for a certain reason, or maybe it was a gluten, the person was allergic to certain food, and you managed to change the recipe so you can suit their customers' needs. Yeah, that actually make them like, yes, you are a good candidate, because in times when you are not stuck, you are not confused, you are not relying on someone, because even if you're going on board and you're starting as a cook, you need to know what you are doing. You are someone who needs to take care of the kitchen, and even if in front of house, utility, and in housekeeping, you need to lead. You need to be the example. They don't want someone, they're just gonna be like, where can I get this? Where can I get this? What do I do with this? Yes, you in every department, you're gonna have the supervisor, the head, or anyone you're gonna be working with. That person needs your support, because imagine most of these ship, they sail with around 3,000 4,000 sailors with 1,000 plus crew members. That's a lot of people to deal with. So you are someone who needs to be open-minded to solve problems. So this question is basically on how good you can solve problem, right? That will give you the best answer, and that will actually make you the best candidate, because they are definitely looking for problem solvers, not problem causers. The other question is, tell us more about yourself. That one, I don't find it very tricky, and I think it's just a general question that you can just answer generally. But guys, don't put answers like I love makeup when you are a cook. When you are answering these questions, especially on an interview, if you are applying for the job as a saver, make sure half of the things that you're gonna mention in your interview has something to do with the job that you are applying for. I've noticed a lot of people, they write a CV, I'm a cook, I'm a this, I'm a this, and I love this, and I love all this, and I love this, and then they go to hobbies. The hobbies are now just different from what they. Okay, I know sometimes we have like different hobbies, and that's okay, but when you're applying for a job on cruise ship, your hobbies should also be closer to your job. It means you have interest in it, you love to do it, to research more about it on extra time. Okay, you're cooking and you love sport, which is something that is okay, but on your hobbies you need to add extra. Like, I love reading cooking books, I love to try new recipes, I try to watch cooking shows. That means it will show them that you have interest in the job that you are applying for. So yeah, when they ask you to tell them more about yourself, it is okay to tell them, I'm tall, I love to model, and I love makeup, which is something is okay, but try to move closer to the things that will get you hired. They are not looking for makeup artists. If they do, they will hire makeup artists. They're not looking for soccer team. If they do, I'm sure they would also hire them. So whatever you're gonna answer on that question has something to do with the job that you are looking for. I hope that that's not like a very difficult question, but yeah, try to always answer what you're being asked, right? And try to stick to the job that you are applying for. Don't say much about the things that has nothing to do with the job that you are applying for. I hope that's actually answered that question, because yeah, I also see a lot of people, especially on my TikTok. Yeah, I have more than 5 people who ask me how to answer that question. That's actually a very easy question to me, because you are not expecting it's like about yourself. Yes, you need to tell them about yourself, but remember, you are applying for a job as a cook. If you tell them more about some things that has nothing to do with a cook, definitely doesn't look right. Okay, so yeah, try to like say some things that is something to do with the job that you are applying for. I hope that answered the questions. Okay, so that just reminds me, someone just texted me a few days ago and say, Sandra, I really love watching your videos, but they are too long. I don't know what to do, guys. I should do like 7 minutes videos. I tried, like, I don't want to lie, I tried at some point, but like this video, I have like more than 5 questions I need to answer. How do I answer them in 7 minutes? That's actually impossible. So I don't know how I can fix that problem. I really love it when people come and try to tell me something that I need to correct, but I think I want you guys to tell me how I can correct this one, because I need to like make sure I explain so that you understand, right? In 7 minutes I will never explain anything. Maybe I'm just gonna say, guys, maybe if I can just come here and say, guys, these are the questions that you're gonna be asking on an interview, this and this and this and this and this and this, and then I think that's gonna be okay. But then people are just gonna come to my inbox and they're just gonna ask me, like, I should have just say in this video, and the video is done. So I don't know, guys, how I can like go about this question. It was really stressing me out, but yeah, that's it. So guys, yeah, don't worry, we are almost there. Okay, so I think for the questions, the general questions, let me check if we still have more. There's 2 more. Why should we hire you, and what's your biggest strength? Yeah, even though I know this video is gonna be very long, but I just have to like say these persons, because yeah, I find it very important, because yeah, it's one of the persons that you're just gonna be asked whether you are looking for any department, different departments. This is just like a random question. So yeah, your strength is like the things that you can do on your own, that motivates you, that encourages you, that pushes you. Again, if you look closely, that actually have nothing to do with what you like. and what you love. I would say for the first question that says why should we hire you, that's actually personal, and you can be open. That one you can be open enough to say, yeah, I need to be financially stable, I need to help my family, I need to grow, I need money. I think that's where this question, I love to travel, should also fall in. I don't know, but yeah, this question, you need to be open about yourself, about the things that you love and your strength. You know where I would say people, you get your strength, your skills. If you take your skills, that's your good strength. That's the things they are looking for, right? And make sure that things will motivate you, the thing that motivates you, that push you to become the person you want to be in few years. Like, give yourself a time frame, like in 5 years I want to be there, I want to be like a sous chef. Yeah, the things that motivate you, that's your strength. So that's what exactly you're gonna be talking about. So there is one more. They might ask you what's your weaknesses. Guys, let's just say when they ask you what's your weaknesses, just tell them, my weakness is I cannot sleep until I complete the task that I'm supposed to. Yeah, it shows them, yeah, you cannot sleep. Aurare kind of snakuripedza basa. I know this way but in this case, that's actually the good answer to this question. Usataure ma weaknesses ako ekuti vanobva vatozororo navo kuti yezvo. No, try to like spice your interview things that will motivate you. So these are the main questions that everyone from any department are going to be asked. Anyone from any department are going to be asked, except the only thing that I didn't mention in this video is how much do you want. That's actually your problem. And what another question, where do you live, where do you come from, like others just need like exact questions that doesn't need like tricks, or it's just like straightforward. But this one, they are tricky. It's like they are digging information that they want to see something in you. So these are where you need to pay like extra attention on these questions that we just discussed. So then guys, before I make my video 30 minutes that you guys said is too much, let me just break down again these jobs. You want to be a cook. I'm sure I have plenty of cooks who are looking forward to have their interview in few days. I know 4 so far they are waiting for this video because they have their interview in few days. And guys, the only persons, as a cook, I believe you've been into cooking school, you've been in a restaurant, and yeah, stuff like that. So that means you know something, because for cooking I've never seen someone who applied for a job as a cook with 0 experience. So I believe when you're applying for a job on cruise ship, you've been in a cooking school. So the things that you've been doing there, that's the same thing that they're gonna ask you. One of the question being, can you cook something with wine? So yeah, normally the thing that we cook, the meat that we cook with wine is just lamb shank and yeah, maybe oxtail. Yeah, they're gonna ask you anything that you can cook with wine. They're gonna ask you 5 mother sauces, which is red sauce, white sauce, that bechamel, and all those. So make sure you know 5 mother sauces. They might ask you, it's not like they're gonna ask you all those questions. They will pick maybe 3 or 4 or even 2. Me, I was asked 1. So it all depends on who you were doing interview with, and they're gonna ask you questions, but you just need to know it's random. So you just need to know all these things. You need to know galley operations, and you need to know chopping board, each color for which. If it's brown, you need to know it's for cooked meat, white is for bread, and red it's for green is for vegetables, and all those things you need to know, because they might randomly ask you which body is this for this and which body is for this and this. And you need to know knife cutting skills, you need to know boiling, thawing, frying, sauteing, grilling. Yeah, I think that's it. And you need to know, make sure you know 3 herbs, you need to know 3 root vegetables, you need to know, they might not ask you all of that, but they randomly gonna ask you a few questions which is close to what you did. So yeah, that's what they're gonna ask you. And don't worry guys, they're not gonna ask you anything about baking, because on board pastry is on its own, bakery is on its own, and hot kitchen is on its own. If you apply for pastry, yeah, they're gonna ask you like pastry stuff like cream, whipped cream, and all those stuff. That's what you need to know. If you want a bakery, yeah, you need to know anything though, like the general knowledge about baking. That's what they're gonna ask you. If you are like a server, you need to know like the type of like the wines, like the red ones, how to pair wines. Like okay, the red wines goes with red meat, and the white one goes with white meat. You need to know sparkling wine, Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc, Merlot, and like different types of wine. Yeah, definitely you need to know like 3 of each. And you need to know the categories, like is Chardonnay like the classes, is it white wine, red wine? Like in red wine we have Merlot, in white wine we have Chardonnay, we have Sauvignon Blanc. You need to know all these things. And you also need to know the table etiquette for like breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner. Even if you actually don't know like the full setup, because each ship has its own like style, how they run things there. That's actually another story. But during an interview you need to show them that you at least know, because remember on your CV you said you have 5 years experience. That actually means in 5 years you know what to do, you know what is going on, you know all this stuff, right? So yeah, they ask you these questions because they want to know, do you really know what you are going to be doing when you get on board? So yeah, you need to know how to set a table for breakfast, you need to know how to set a table for lunch, and you need to know allergies, intolerance. That's very important, because obviously when you take order you need to be very cautious. And that goes, I think, to cooks, but it's very rare for cooks to be asked that question during interview. But if you want to be in culinary department, it's actually good to do also a research about allergies and food intolerances, because you never know. I've never had anyone who was asked that question, but you never know. Just be ready. Know the food allergies, the gluten, the lilac, and all those allergies, and seafood, like yeah, how to handle all these things. That goes to both, like you need to know how to avoid cross contamination. This again goes both to servers and to cooks. You need to know all these things. They are just like random questions, but normally they never ask about contamination. Normally they ask contamination when you want to be a utility. So in utility, like I said, most of them, they know it's open entry, so they're not gonna ask you so much about the job that you'll be doing on board. But it is good to research about something called 3-bucket system. You need to know what is 3-bucket system, and you need to know how to handle chemicals. That's actually very important. Use of gloves, use of glasses, use of those masks when you are dealing with certain harsh chemicals. Like how to for utility, like there's no like too much questions that you're gonna be asked, because they know most of the time it's open entry job on certain areas. So yeah, you're not gonna be asked, unless if they state it on their on their job that they are looking for qualified hotel utilities. That's when they maybe just want to test to know if you have ever been into that category. So you just need to know bucket system, cleaning procedures. When it's cleaning procedures, it's actually not even that difficult. All you need to know is what goes first: cleaning with soap, rinsing with clean water, and sanitize. That's all you need to know. That's all about it. So you just need to know how to do those things. And that also goes with chemical safety, I say that. And yeah, if you know these things, those are the major things that you are more likely to be asked if you are looking for a cleaning job, because they want to know if you can deal with chemicals. Because remember, there are plenty of chemicals on board that you're going to be dealing with. So they want to know if you know how to use your PPE correctly, you know how to handle these chemicals correctly, that it won't harm you or it won't harm the next person or the ship in general. So yeah guys, I think that's more that you need to know. So we move on to like housekeeping. So basically housekeeping and cleaning, it's just the same questions because it's all about cleaning. You need to know the cleaning procedures. The only difference is in housekeeping, they're not gonna ask you about cleaning of big machine, as they are not dealing with cleaning of big machines. It's all about utility, because they're the ones who are gonna use the machine to clean the dishes. They are big machines that they're gonna use to clean the dishes. They don't clean dishes, plates one by one. They just put them in the machine. So yeah, that's where they have like big machines, dishwashers too. They need to know how to operate that. But in housekeeping, more like if you were like a cabin steward, doesn't matter you are going to be a crew or a sailor steward, there are certain questions that they want to know, mostly your honesty, because you're going to be cleaning sailors cabins. Most of them probably they just went out and they want their rooms done. When sailors leave them some things in the cabin, what are you going to do with it? And what else? How to maybe spread a bed. It's something that may be random, but I'm not so sure. I've never heard of all my friends that I've asked, none of them tell me that they ever come across that question. But to be safe, just make sure you know all those type of questions. And the other person, it's all again chemical, like cleaning chemicals. You also, just like utility, you also need to know these chemicals, like this is for what and purposes, and everything that you are doing and you are dealing with chemicals, you know it's for safety reasons. So I think that's are the major important questions that you are more likely to be asked when you interview. They don't ask much about the job that you're going to do on board, but they randomly pick like one. So for you to be very safe, just make sure you research. When you see it's closer to your interview date, I would suggest you go on Google, you Google some just random questions and answers, and I'm sure that it will also help you to find, especially if you don't have enough experience. Because the reason why they ask you those questions is because they want to see if you really qualify for the job. And like I said, imagine you've been applying for months. You cannot miss the point. You can miss the chance because of an interview. Once you get the chance to get a response, being, getting an answer from those guys is the most difficult thing. And when you have privilege to get one, don't let it go. So be very careful on your interviews. Just pay more attention to the job that you applied for, and your CV. Don't make sure you know everything about your CV. Half of the interview, it's all about your CV and yourself. They ask only like less than 5 questions about the job. Less than 5 questions about the job. Half of the things are the things on your CV. this time you study for a sitting, they ask you that how many years did you work on this company. You need to know, on this company I work this years from this time to this time. Don't, because if possible, try to like put it, I don't know how you can put it there, but just try to put it next to you where you can see. If you think, oh, I'm gonna go forget everything, because they even check and they will ask you things from your CV. So that's actually very important. So guys, I think that is it for an interview. I hope I answer the question that everyone was just asking. That's how you can tackle your interview processes. Just get ready, be you, be representable, and just answer what they ask you. If there's something that you want to know more about the interviews, yeah guys, you can just link it down on the comment section, especially those who are just looking forward, like they have their interview dates and they're just worried. Just comment the type of job that you applied, and then maybe if I have time I will help you to do the research before your interview. But guys, just be with me, not every time I'm available on YouTube or any of my social media platforms. Most of the time I'm a human being, I have life after YouTube, so I actually sometimes don't have time to answer all the questions, but whenever I get time I go through all the comments and I answer. And the other thing guys, before we finish, is this. I don't know why every time I think I'm supposed to be looking here and I'm looking at the selfie. Yeah, because I just want to look at myself. It just goes like this. Okay, but I need to look straight at the camera, I need to look at you guys. Okay, and the other thing that I wanted to say is guys, I don't give people my number, not because there's something so much important about my number now. It's just that I'm trying to balance my channel. Yes, I really love my channel to grow, and I love how you guys are supporting me. It is something I'm grateful for, but I'm trying to balance my life and my channel. So like each and every day of my life, the number is just growing high and high and high. So sometimes I get almost 20 people or 10 people in a day, and all of them, they drop their number in my inbox and they say, what's up me, what's up me, what's up me, what's up me, what's up me. Guys, it's really gonna be very difficult for me if I have to save each and everyone's number. So what I suggest is, my inbox is open, my comment section is open, even in my Instagram inbox is open. Just drop where your problem, like, Sandra, I need help on this and this and this and this and this. That way I will just read and answer you on that platform, whether it's Instagram, whether it's TikTok, whether it's, yeah, especially in TikTok guys. I don't know with WhatsApp number WhatsApp number, yo, it's really like I'm even scared to open my TikTok now. I'm scared. So yeah, just go straight to the point where you need help, and then whenever I get time I'll answer you. Because definitely if you see a lot of people that I didn't answer, it's this thing, this is my number, can you add me, because I have a lot to ask you. I know you have a lot to ask me, but it is okay, you can just drop it in the comment section and I'll go through each and every question whenever I get time. So guys, yeah, that is it for today. See you in my next video. I hope this will help you in your interviews guys. I will see what we're gonna be doing in the next video, but definitely I will do a video about this lady. She asked me a question, and that was a very important question anyone has ever asked me. How do I start my journey on cruise ship? Like, she have never been there, so she wants to start afresh. No one has ever asked me that question. People, they just jump into applications, which is something that they don't know why it is taking time for them to get hired. Actually, you need to start by thinking. So we're gonna be discussing that in the next video. Like, if you want to start afresh, what exactly is the starting point? What are you supposed to be doing so you can start your career on board a cruise ship? So yeah guys, that is it for today. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you in my next video. Bye.